This isn't just clickbait. I mean, it kind of is, but hear me out. Go Google the full name of North Korea. What does it say? Democratic People's Republic of Korea. And you might be like, wait, isn't North Korea the one with Kim Jong-un and the whole communist regime? Don't worry, you're not wrong, and neither is Wikipedia. In fact, it isn't just North Korea that's doing this. Other communist states like Lao People's Democratic Republic also call themselves democratic. This might sound like a sick joke. I mean, we are literally talking about the country at the bottom of any measure of democracy. To understand this, you have to first understand a little bit about communism. Communism evolved from Marxism, which was first conceived by Karl Marx in the Communist Manifesto in 1848. Yep, that book. Although communism is an impossibly complicated topic with economic and political implications, Karl Marx says it boils down to one simple concept: abolition of private property.
Are communists, and that's a real problem.
In contemporary media, communism has been demonized as a system where everyone has to surrender all their property to an oppressive, corrupt government that controls each and every action of its citizens. But this couldn't be further from the central ideology of communism. In his manifesto, he argues that he only wants to do away with this appropriation under which labor lives merely to increase capital and is allowed to live only insofar as the interest of the ruling class requires it. Its intentions were never to take away the material goods that the average working class had. It was only an equalizer. He believed that the abolition of private property will allow working class proletariat to take back political and economic power from the capitalistic bourgeois, which had been tyrannizing the working class. Ultimately, communism is a revolution by the working class to raise the proletariat to the position of ruling class to win the battle of democracy. Now, let's take a look at what democracy is. Everyone probably has a vague idea of what it is, but it's one of those concepts that many people find it hard to explain or put their finger on. Well, the term democracy comes from two Greek words: demos, the people, and kratia, power. And it was first introduced in Greece. No surprise here. However, this early form of democracy is hardly a democracy, limited to men born in Athens, excluding women and those not of Athenian descent. This was what democracy was for a long time. Even America, which is seen as a champion for democracy, has only allowed universal women suffrage and voting rights for minorities in the 20th century. I'm not saying we should all adopt the communist regime now. It is very flawed. However, capitalistic democracies have revealed itself as full of cracks as well. Thus, there is a need to go back to what it really means to be democratic. Stubbornly insisting that our current path is the only way ahead is myopic. Imagine how radical gender and racial suffrage must have been for the Athenians who first introduced democracy. But can you imagine it any other way now? To quote Winston Churchill, "No one pretends that democracy is perfect or all-wise." Indeed, it has been said that democracy is the worst form of government, except all those other forms that have been tried from time to time. So, the best we can do is keep trying, I guess.